¿Qué quiere Sofía mía? ¿Qué quiere Regina mía? Que me han dicho que te casas con otra y a mí me olvida.
Good evening and welcome to the premiere in the United States of a very special and poignant short film. My name is Patrice Degnan. I'm the director of the Queen Sofía Spanish Institute and very happy and excited to be able to present a 3-minute short produced and made by two very talented Spaniards, Alba, Esquinas, and Oksana, Savchuk. The film is titled Canción, triste de alubias, an original title in English, Sad Bean Song. And this isn't the first time we are premiering films. Due to our long and very interesting history and legacy of activities, I wanted to note that back in 1971, we also held a screening of 3 short films which were inspired by musical compositions of Joaquin Rodrigo, the Marquess of the Gardens of Aranjuez. Rodrigo, a world-famous Spanish composer and virtuoso, is a cornerstone of the classical Spanish repertoire in guitar playing. In those films, way back when, Concierto de Aranjuez, 10 Melodías Vascas, and Noches en los Jardines de España were able to transport American visitors to Spain from Manhattan. I mention that because by joining music and film and wonderful cinematography, this evening we're going to do the same, or our filmmakers are going to share with us their talent to do the same. And we invite you all to take this journey with us, this time virtual. And we're going to present this in a few minutes through modern technology. As a background about this film has been awarded many prizes already in its short duration. I guess it was produced last year. It has been awarded the Fundación REPSOL prestigious Breaking Barriers Prize from the Spanish film festival No Todo Film Fest, and was also nominated by Televisión Española, Spanish television, the award of Cámara Abierta 2.0 for Best Documentary. Finally, this film was also nominated for the Acción Cultural Española Award for Spanish Talent. And tonight, we are very excited to welcome these rising stars, these filmmakers, Alba and Oksana, who will be able to speak with us after the film presentation. So sit back, enjoy, and thank you very much.
Y estando Sofía bordando en su cuarto entretenida, ya ha visto al duque venir con toda su cofradía. Se hicieron una seña de amor como costumbre tenían. Y esperarme, amigos míos, que me llama mi Sofía. ¿Qué quiere Sofía mía? ¿Qué quiere Regina mía? Que me han dicho que te casas con otra y a mí me olvidan. Si te han dicho que me caso, mira, no te engañarían. Mañana son los programas, ya convidarte venían. Si a convidarme venía, poca vergüenza tendrían. Y menos tendría yo si a tu boda asistirían. Y al decir esas palabras, Sofía muerta caían. No se oían más palabras que Sofía de mi vida. Nunca me creía yo que tú tanto me querías. Y el duque para casarse, y el duque no se casó. Y se ha vestido de luto desde el día en que murió.
Es más triste.
¿Está bien?
Sí, ¿está llorando?
No.
Ah.
Que está bien, me ha puesto un poquillo ronco.
¿Quiere beber un poco de agua?
No, espérate.
All right. Thank you so much, Alba and Oksana. I'm going to unmute you both. Okay. So thank you all for joining us on this very intimate evening. My name, again, is Isabel Rivero, and I am the media specialist at the Queen Sofía Spanish Institute. And if you're not already, I recommend using speaker view as opposed to gallery view for the remainder of the event. So as our executive director, Patrice Degnan, mentioned, we are here today to remember the 3 documentary short films that the Queen Sofía Spanish Institute screened almost 50 years ago. And these films were based on the compositions of notable Spanish composers, including Joaquín Rodrigo and also Jesús Guridi and Manuel de Falla. So we are here tonight to present the United States premiere of another short documentary style film inspired by a Spanish musical piece. And we have here the filmmakers Oksana Savchuk and Alba Esquinas, as well as one of the participants or actors in the film, with whom we'll speak about their film, Canción, triste, alubias. And if you'd like to send a question for the end of the interview, please type it in the chat below, and we'll get to those questions towards the end of our presentation. So, without further ado, welcome Oksana, welcome Alba, bienvenidas.
Gracias. Buenas.
So I wanted to first ask you both the question, well, first, we're so excited to have you here today. And the first question I wanted to ask is, what prompted you both to make this film? Why did you make this film?
One summer, for example, from my point of view, not from Alba's, I was in my village recording my grandmother picking up beans. So for our industrialized world, the images would be at least curious because, because they show basic mechanisms of food production and that nothing appears magically in the supermarkets. Also, I was surprised by the dedication of my grandmother, a woman who, despite her years, continues to drive her tractor and spends the entire day sewing beans. And after recording those images from various points of view, I saved the material as I couldn't find a way to edit it without making it like a typical documentary. Our teacher then, a year after that summer, Robin Stein, who is also a film director, told us to make a little documentary for a class project. And that's when Alba and I get together and we mixed up both stories. So from the point of view of Alba, she could say that I don't know, Alba, ¿puedes decir algo?
Bueno, como ya hemos comentado antes, yo voy a hablar en español y así también mi abuelo no se puede participar en esto porque él no sabe inglés y no se va a enterar de mucho. Y a ver si nosotras en principio no sabíamos que iba a salir este cortometraje. Simplemente nos llamó mucho la atención lo que habíamos grabado la una y la otra ese mismo verano. Justo ese mismo verano, sin saberlo, yo había grabado a mi abuelo y ella había grabado a su abuela. Y lo que me había llamado a mí la atención de los vídeos que yo grabé con mi abuelo era que siempre escuchaba a mi abuelo cantar, ¿no? Y una vez le pregunté y él pues, me empezó a contar que esas canciones que él que estaba cantando son canciones que él escuchaba cuando él era pequeño, que se las cantaba a su madre o se las escuchaba cantar a alguien
A mi madre.
A su madre y a alguien también del pueblo que se dedicaba pues, a cantar simplemente. Entonces lo grabé porque quería que quedarme con eso y bueno, pues cuando hicimos la puesta en común y con Oksana, pues salió eso, lo unimos y a raíz de eso, de esa música, de esa canción y acompañada con esas imágenes tan potentes que grabó Oksana, surgió una historia y dijimos, esto fue especial, pero no confiábamos en ese corto hasta que nuestro profesor nos dijo que probáramos suerte y lo presentásemos al No Todo Film y al final pues nos fue bastante bien y por eso estamos aquí también ahora.
So I can't translate all of that word for word, but to give a general explanation of what Alba just said. So she's going to speak in Spanish because she prefers to speak in that, and then also so that her grandfather can participate in the conversation. And that the same summer that Oksana filmed her grandmother, Alba also filmed her grandfather, just to have the same videos that or videos of him singing these songs that he heard when he was a boy, and they would sing it, I think, just in the town, or his mother sang it. Is that what it was?
Yes.
Yeah. And so then to continue, then they just put the two together, which they found was a very I guess potent or special combination of the audio and the video, and now they put it together for a class as well. All right, thank you, Alba. So the next question kind of jumps off or connects to that first question of why did you make this film? But what does this film really mean to you? Like, why is it important? And why is it special to you both?
Okay, so the films, I like it because it shows how different families and societies can be today despite of our supposed globalization and the universalization of human activities. And I like it because it shows all the older people, those who have allowed us to be alive today, and they also have feelings of love and heartbreak, no? So it's like something that we tend to forget about them, no? They also love, and they also have a very strange and full lives. And it's sad how sometimes those stories that they keep with them sometimes can never be heard. And I like the video because we created fiction from documentary facts. So it's like an experimental video, and the simplicity of the video is like the simplicity of the video is what I like the most, because it shows the amount of readings it presents, no? It like readings of loneliness, lack of love, the existence of the human being, the social prejudice, and the fact that we will end all in the same way, despite of those prejudices, and sadness, aging, and memory. So that's why I like it so much. And Alba?
Yo coincido con Oksana con respecto a lo de la simpleza del cortometraje, porque realmente no tiene mucho, simplemente tiene esa canción y esas imágenes y es muy simple y yo con lo que me quedo es con que lo que realmente llega a la gente son esa simpleza, ¿no? O sea, algo tan pequeño que en el fondo está lleno de significado, ¿no? O sea, esa canción, de una forma u otra, la hemos rescatado del olvido, porque yo no la conocía, obviamente, y si tú la buscas en internet, parte de la letra no vas a encontrar absolutamente nada. Y con eso me quedo, con que de alguna forma tengo a mi abuelo en esa canción, en ese cortometraje, ¿sabes? Como, y ella también, bueno, Oksana también con su abuela, no sé, yo me quedo con eso. Y además también me sirve para tener en cuenta que para los siguientes trabajos que haga, la simpleza siempre tiene que estar ahí. O sea, que realmente no hay que buscar algo muy complejo ni algo demasiado diferente, sino sabiendo combinar algunas partes y buscando la simpleza siempre, se puede conectar con las personas perfectamente.
Simple, que sea simple y que sea realidad.
Y mi abuelo dice que tiene que ser real, que tiene que ser de verdad, o sea, que sea honesto con las personas.
La letra de la canción tiene miga.
Dice que la letra de la canción es muy emotiva, es muy...
Es un drama.
Y que es un drama absoluto.
Yeah, so what Alba just said is that what really struck her and what she was left with is the importance and the beauty of that simplicity and how you're able to really like, it's important to her because not only her grandfather is in it, but there's something really emotive, there's something really striking in that simplicity. And I find that as well. When I watched, I've seen this short probably over 10 times at this point. And every time there's something else that I kind of pick up from it, whether it be from the song or from the video part. So I completely agree. There's a lot of space for interpretation when there are two things that are kind of opposing, but also kind of mixing together in a beautiful way. And I think that's really special. That kind of brings me to my next question about the musical element in this short film. So as you both know, like there's a history of film inspired by song, not just the ones that were screened at the Queen Sofía Spanish Institute in 1971, but also in movies today, like the 2005 film Walk the Line, inspired by Johnny Cash, the American singer, or even films from the 1960s and 70s that the Beatles made for their albums. There's a huge history of music and film being combined in both the American tradition and now clearly in the Spanish. So I guess in your opinion, why is music important in film, or what might be some points of connection between the two mediums? Why do they work so well together?
Images can be a good metaphorical representation of what happens to the characters, but music is like the closest thing to understand what the characters really feel, or at least the way the director wants us to feel. After all, we can pretend like we are some kind of Hamelin mice. I don't know if you know that story of a musician who has a flute, and he plays the music with his flute, and all the rats in the city come along to that music. So I think when people see a film and they listen to that music and they like that, it's like the same story of those rats who like the way the flute sounded or something like that. No, it's like, why when something makes us vibrate like human beings, we like that. So music has a rhythm, and we have a heartbeat which has like his own rhythm, and everyone likes their heart beating in a specific way and with a specific speed, and that's what makes us happy or sad or afraid. And it's all like a great game with the audience, and that's why we're like kids and we like games, and music is like the connection between those, like our inner kids, I think. So that's why we like music, that's why we like experimenting things, new things, and why we exist. I don't know, something like that, I guess. Y ahora Alba.
Yo creo que la música sirve también, en el caso del cine, sirve para decir lo que no se puede verbalizar de una forma literal en la película. Siempre está para apoyar las acciones del cortometraje. En el caso de este cortometraje no hay una historia pensada ni un guión pensado. O sea, todo nació de esa canción. O sea, hay veces que la música crea esa narrativa. Pero en la mayoría de casos, o por lo menos en la mayoría de pelis, siempre está para potenciar e intensificar las emociones. Y también para eso, para lo que he dicho antes, decir lo que no se puede decir. Y yo creo que funcionan también porque el cine al final es un compendio de muchísima arte. Y es como que la música encaja ahí, la pintura, la literatura, o sea, el cine lo engloba todo. Entonces, la música está ahí para construir eso, o sea, para formar parte de, o sea, para construir ese mundo cinematográfico, ¿sabes? Siempre viene bien.
La música es muy principal para todo.
Dice mi abuelo que la música es primordial.
Para todo.
Para todo.
Mueve montaña, la música mueve montaña.
Y que mueve montañas también.
That's beautiful. So Alba's grandfather just said that music moves mountains, which I'm totally in agreement with. To finish translating what Alba just said, that music is something that is very emotive, but also something that can help create a narrative and a storyline within a film. And in this case, it was a documentary, but that gave that real life a little bit more of that space, that the world of art. So we're just about out of time now, but I wanted to ask you both before we end this evening about your next project. So, because I'm sure you guys you're both very early on in your careers, and I'm sure our guests would love to know, and future listeners, what your next projects might be or what types of films you're interested in making. So what's next for you both?
In my case, for example, I'm finishing a script for a film about a girl who broke the death barrier and appeared in the world of the living as an immortal being with healing powers. But technically she's not a girl, and the place where she came from is not death, because the main character existed from like the beginning of the time in another reality, and she mysteriously appeared in our world, and she needs to understand her purpose. And I just wrote that because I believe that death, as we understand it, it's nothing more than like a connection, a step to another of the many realities that exist with our, and that we are not just able to understand everything. And I think it's just like a poetic way of my mind to face the ephemeral nature of our life and the question of death. So it's like that.
Something
And Alba?
some of us are kind of thinking about a lot, that just like, what is life right now during the state of our world? Alba.
Like a philosophical way.
Yo,
Yes.
este verano he estado coescribiendo con 2 guionistas más en una película que se empezará a rodar en octubre. Es una película independiente con un bajo presupuesto. Es una película de suspense que también tiene que ver mucho con las conexiones entre personas, pero concretamente está entre 2 hermanas. Y bueno, y ya por mi parte, yo sola estoy escribiendo un largometraje que tiene que ver con la época de la transición española. La protagonista es una mujer mayor, porque yo pienso que no se le da mucha visibilización, visibilidad más bien, a las personas mayores en el cine, y concretamente en el cine español. Protagonistas mayores, yo por lo menos he visto pocas películas. Y bueno, también tengo varias cosas pendientes, son cosas que empiezo pero no termino de desarrollar, pero siempre tengo cosas en la cesta, sin que tengo ahí cosillas.
Okay, so Alba's working on a lot of different things. Right now, she's working on an independent film that's like another short, correct? Or yeah.
No, película.
And then a feature film. You're writing a feature film, correct? About the Spanish transition. So that's so great. Love to hear that you guys are working on exciting projects. We look forward, I'm sure, to seeing all of those, and perhaps you'll have a premiere here at the Queen Sofía as well with those. So let us know when they're out. Until then, I want to send a sincere thank you to Alba and to Oksana for your time, for sharing your work with us. So Canción, Triste de Alubias will be accessible for free on our website for the next 24 hours. If you would like to view it again or share it with your friends and family, it's also on our YouTube channel. And then tonight's event will be posted on our website subsequently. So you'll see that soon and be able to rewatch our conversation as well. For those viewing, please stay tuned for our next event, an exclusive interview with Dr. Gerardo Piña Rosales, the director of the Asociación Norteamericana de la Lengua Española, the North American Association of the Spanish Language, which will be premiered live next Friday, August 21st. So we also have a large calendar of events coming up for National Hispanic Heritage Month, September 15th through October 15th, and we hope you can join us for the events we will hold during National Hispanic Heritage Month here in the United States. So thank you, everyone. Stay healthy, and good night.
Muchas gracias.
Muchas gracias.
Pero
Hasta luego.
yo le he preguntado que